Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about what my shop setup looks like. So just had the shop nice and cleaned out. My wife helped me out so it looks a little neater than it normally is. But right now on this side of the shop I'm doing mainly selling. So after I'm done fixing, cleaning them up, painting them, pricing them, I'll put them over here. And then when someone needs to come over to my shop to look at them, I can just open up just this door, and when they walk in, they're just walking down this row of what I have and not walking through my entire shop, kind of meandering around looking at different machines all over the place, because most of the time machines over here aren't for them to look at. It's stuff I'm working on. So it makes it a little bit better organizing. That doesn't happen very often. Most of the time I can message back and forth and do a delivery and they never actually come out. But occasionally, especially some older people, they like to come out and look at the machine and make sure it's exactly what they want before I drive out to them. So that happens. But as far as tools go, I do have a tool box full of a bunch of miscellaneous tools. The main things I use is a Phillips head, a flathead, 5/16 and a 1/4 inch driver, and a couple of sockets. Washer and dryers are super easy to fix, and it's the same problems over and over and over again. So it's not a whole bunch of specialty tools. Maybe like the little nut tool to take a drum out of a Whirlpool style washer. I have one of those. Don't use it very often, but for the most part, it's just common, easy to find tools. As far as this side of the shop goes, I usually have a lot more plugs in this. I'm running low on plugs. I bought tons of them from a shop that was going out of business, and they had everything on sale, and I was getting plugs for like $5 a piece. I had tons and tons of them. I'm nearly out now. I usually buy them for $5 and I sell them for like $15. The hoses I usually order on Amazon for like $10 and sell them for $20. When someone wants a hose, I'll bring a hose with me. Sometimes I'll give them used hoses if they really want a cheap hose. I don't recommend used hoses. I mainly throw those out. I just had too many hoses pop before. In this shop though, I also have some other parts. So here I have a bunch of filters that I pulled off machines, a bunch of heating elements that I pulled off, followed by motors, a couple miscellaneous parts, knobs. And then up here I have a couple more less common parts that I use every once in a while, and handle for lint handles for lint trap handles, so you can swap them out to make them look like the right handles. Besides that, I have this little room in here where my air compressor is. This was my old air compressor I just took off, and it's got a new, bigger air compressor. You definitely don't have to have a gigantic air compressor. I ran with this one for years. It was perfectly fine. It's loud. That's my only big complaint about this one. I used to turn it on and leave the room and wait for it to fill up. Even with the door shut, it was super loud. But new air compressor is this guy. And this room is mainly washer parts over on this wall, dryer parts on this wall, and then new stuff right here. And whenever I get low on any of these, are all separate type of parts. Whenever I get low on them, I'll order more. So as soon as I get down to like one, I'll go ahead and just order a bunch of them. They're usually cheap parts so that I just pile up in there. And this side of the shop is where I keep all the belts, and that's it. This little area, it's mainly just supply area for parts. But that is it, guys. That's my main setup, and this is much bigger. This house I bought a couple years ago out of foreclosure, and it's got a much bigger shop. I used to work out of an 8x12, one of those little sheds that you always see for sale on the side of the road. I think I paid $500 for it. It was used from a guy and loaded up on a trailer. And I loaded up on a trailer one time, and one time I had it moved by a trailer or a car carrier, moved it for me when I moved to another house. But you can work on a much smaller area than you think you can work out of. My biggest thing with what I do now is how fast I can go through washers and dryers, and it's mainly about having a nice cleared space to work on things. Whenever I'm working on things and it piles up and piles up and piles up and I can barely get through here, I get so much less efficient. So for the most part, and these I just have in here stored. I just got back from vacation and had a bunch of scrappers bring me stuff, and I'm just kind of overflowed with extra washer and dryers right now. But normally I would just have only dryers in here, and I would just be in dryer mode, and I'd just be fixing dryers. It makes it much easier. And then when I'm done doing that, I move to washer modes, and I'd only have washers in here. It's the same tools all the time, same exact parts all the time. It's like a assembly line for me. I just get really, really fast at it, and it just makes it easier. But the main key to being efficient at working on washers and dryers is this: having a nice, clean floor so you can get to work faster and move things around, and it just makes things easier. To me, I can't work with stuff all around me. I know I'm less efficient. I know that's exactly what my issue with when I had that little shop. The biggest difference between there and here, I have all the exact same tools, was just floor space. Clear, clean floor space. Clear, clean floor space is the main key to this. All right, that's it for today's video, guys. Please like and subscribe, and if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to know about how to get started in this business, or any questions that I'm being too vague on, I know I kind of talk quickly and I'm skimming over things quickly here, put them down below in the comments. I'll answer you, or I'll just make a whole nother video and go into more depth about any questions you have. All right, we'll see y'all next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them.